right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of BSBN Podcast, episode number 24. Boys, I will just jump straight into this. There's been an explosion out of the free agency this weekend. Tons of trades. We're still on day one. We're this on Monday, March, what is it? Whatever, 8th? I don't care what day it is. 9th? Fine, whatever. So March 9th here. And there's a lot that went down. We're recording this today because of how many things are going on at the moment. Tons of trades, tons of free agent signings, lots of action. I want to start this off real quick talking about the New York Jets. They've got an edge rusher. They got a linebacker. They got a safety. They're in talks right now with the Jaguars about getting Brian Thomas Jr. They are loading up. They're fixing every hole that they just lost. Mika Fitzpatrick is a really good safety as well.
That was a snag for a seventh-round pick.
100% a snag. That was definitely a cap.
That was a
cap dump. That was a cap dump.
That was a steal.
That was a cap dump, and
they got him for a 3-year deal too, bro.
Crazy,
bro. They haven't had a safety presence in a very long time. Yep. You know what I mean? And yeah, his best years
that takes cut down off your radar. The draft.
I mean, he wasn't on my radar, bro. If he would have went too,
I'm just saying.
I wasn't watching this season, but that's one of the most important pieces that they just got, and it was a veteran. You know what I mean? Like, he had his best years were in Pittsburgh, and I think he's still got plenty of juice in that tank. You know, and they got Malachi Moore, that young safety. Like, they're doing exactly what I wanted them to do this season. They had a lot of young guys in there, but look, I said they needed veterans, right? Mentors. They got one at the safety, and then they went and got Demario Davis. I think I said it last week too.
Yeah, you did.
No, in the middle for Sherwood.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he's played with us. This is his third time coming back as a Jet. He's a field general, bro. Total IQ. Sherwood's going to learn a lot from him, especially if they transition to a 3-4. He'll be the number one linebacker there, bro. He's a tackle machine, which is what Sherwood struggles with. And he hasn't lost a step. Yeah, and he finished with 150 tackles last season, Demario Davis. You know what I mean? And he's a vet. Like, that's great. Like, I'm very happy with that move. And then the other two edge rushers, they're rotational. Like Kalen Ellebre, what's his name?
Ellebre, something like that. You're
Ellebre.
Right. Somewhere around
He's at Green Bay. He didn't get much game starts. You know what I mean? Like, much playing time. He played, but I think they'll use him a lot more, obviously, since he's been in the league a little bit more. And the other guy I haven't really did any homework on, but a solid filling up the defensive line, especially if they go and they target Reese now. Then that defensive line really, you got two rotational pieces with McDonald, with Reese, and you got Sweat, and you got Phillips on the inside. So, you know, that 7 is starting to look like something, when it wasn't looking like nothing last week. So it was big that they got these rotational pieces from these two ends. I think one's on a 1-year deal and the other's on a 3-year deal.
I was actually going to say, you know, this might be a whole different topic that we can talk about, but I was going to say, with the pieces that they got, do you think there's a chance that they trade down at that second pick now to not even get Reese?
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility now. Yeah, I was already thinking that, yeah.
They could trade down, get more draft capital, and then still possibly get a something good that they need.
It really depends on what they do. If they go for Brian Thomas Jr. and they execute this trade, I don't know what that's going to cost them. He's not a free agent, right? That's a trade. He's not a free agent, right? That'd be a trade.
No,
that's a trade.
Yeah, it'll be a trade.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to entail a first-round draft pick, or if it's going to be maybe like a 2 and a 3 or something in that sense. But, I mean, if that move happens like today or tomorrow, then I could definitely see them trading down, because you kind of knocked off getting 2 ends already. You got a linebacker, you got a safety, and now you got a number 2 wide receiver on the team. So it's like, what are you going to use at 2? You're going to get another lineman? You still have plenty of money. Even if they get Brian Thomas Jr., they're still going to have money. Like, so it's hard to say. Like, I could see it if they secure him, I could definitely see them trading down, you know, and whether even if it's late in the first or just like, well, yeah, way later in the first, you know, for more. for more. Obviously, the number 2 they're gonna get. They're gonna get something good for that.
Trading down,
Trust me.
especially with Reese up there and whatnot, and Caleb
Yeah,
Downs.
it's like they're doing this to the teams right now with Reese. Like, who wants him?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a bidding war at that
It's
point.
like
if they go for Brian Thomas Jr. though, if they don't, I think you have to hold that, because then you have to figure out now if you're gonna go Reese or if you're gonna go receiver. If there's a worthy enough receiver in that top 10 that you would take at 2, or do you just take Reese, or do you just wave the tag and get somebody, even if it's not Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, a lot of receivers have went, Mike Evans. I don't know if any other big name receivers. I mean, a couple were signed. I don't know if any other.
A lot of the big ones
traded.
a lot of the big ones that we did talk about were pretty much already like stapled down. They were either signed or they were traded.
Yeah.
That's like a
But
big
yeah,
deal.
with the Jets.
Yeah, go. I have one last thing too. It's
Okay,
like,
go.
Like, if they give Brian Thomas, if they trade him, then it's like, what is Jacksonville doing there? They just got rid of their running back. They're getting rid of a wide receiver, and you know what I mean? It's like they were just in the playoffs. What are they trying to do there? You know what I mean? Like, that's a red flag to me. That's why it's like it's hard to think that they're going to move him. I just wanted to throw that out there.
I was just going to say that if the Jets want to get Brian Thomas Jr., they're going to have to offer a very enticing package to this Jacksonville team.
I actually got one.
It has to be very enticing, because
I got one.
For them to give up on Brian Thomas Jr. is out of this world insane, in my opinion, when you just lost your running back in ETN. Yeah. It's very hard to see where this team would go after just making the playoffs for the first time in I think it was 10 years?
Yeah.
And they stated that this guy was going to be playing corner more this season too.
And now Hunter's going to be playing cornerback more.
It's kind of like, it's got to be a lot, but then it's like, well, what is Jacksonville trying to do if they even trying to trade him? If they stated like they definitely.
Are you trying to go into another rebuild, retool type thing?
No. Again? What about this? Very far-fetched. This is a Madden trade right out the. This is an absolute pure Madden trade. I know we talked about Madden trades last week. Absolute Madden trade. Jacksonville gives up Brian Thomas Jr. They're this year's first-round draft and next year's second. For Garrett Wilson. They just swap. They get a bona fide number 1 receiver.
Okay, no.
Bona fide number 1 receiver.
Jacksonville's giving away way too much and giving away 2 first-round picks.
You think it's too much?
For Garrett Wilson.
For Garrett Wilson, he's like one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Lot, though, bro. That's a lot.
You're trading away Brian Thomas Jr., man, who is arguably a top 5 receiver, or in the top 10 so far. You know what? You're trading for a guy like Garrett Wilson? I think you could do 1 for 1.
Speaking of,
if anything.
No, you're not. You can't do Brian Thomas Jr. for Garrett.
1 for 1 in a second or a third.
No, absolutely
I'm not giving them 2 first.
I don't believe. No, I'm not saying 2 first. I'm saying a first and a second. But I mean, no, I don't think
that trade
I don't get away with
won't work because you're getting a number 2 wide receiver that can potentially be a number. It pretty much can be a number 1 wide receiver on any team, and then a first. You said a first and a second.
First and a second.
But Garrett,
the Madden trade. Because Garrett Wilson.
That's way too much.
And the Jets would never do that because they just signed his ass, bro. Like, I know they they need him. I'm sorry. Like, Brian Thomas ain't replacing Garrett to me.
The other thing I was thinking is like,
exactly.
If they are getting rid of him, that's why I said it was a Madden trade. But it was like, if they do get rid of him, right? If they do get rid of Brian Thomas Jr., give him to
but that's like an outlandish Madden trade. That's
it is an outlandish one.
Madden.
It is an
heartbeat too, Madden.
Madden would take that.
Who wins that? I just want to know who wins that in your
eyes.
The
Jets. You're getting a first and a second.
Yeah.
But you have to win. You have to draft good.
If the Jets pull off that trade, that's the biggest least trade in NFL history.
Okay, and you're leaving a big chunk of change off that contract too to sign some more free agents.
Now hold up.
Now
hold up, because you know what? Dan asked this question before the podcast started. So now, basically, with the amount of stuff, because there's actually so much we can talk about that with too. I actually do want to talk about some of it next week because there's just so much free agent action we have to talk about this for this week. But like, how do you feel about the Jets now? How do you guys feel about the Jets like now with the trades that they made? So Quinn Williams out, Sauce Gardner off the Jets, both gone, right? Now they come back and they get a linebacker, they get a safety, they get an edge, possibly possibly a wide receiver, and then they have two first round picks right now, the second overall. Do the Jets at this point, like, do you think with all the free agent signing that they have more than made up for what they have lost, or do you feel like they're still in the deficit from that trade until the picks are made?
I'm going to go first because I had Vic talk the whole beginning so far with the Jets topic. But I say for the Jets, you trade away Sauce Gardner, you trade away Quentin Williams, you trade away Jameer Johnson, Michael Carter II, a 6th round pick, and a 3rd round, and 3 7s. You acquired you acquired Fitzpatrick, Sweat, Briggs, Phillips, Mitchell.
Oh, I think it's Sweat.
Mozzie Smith. You require some of these guys, and then 3 first-round picks and 1 second-round pick. It's hard not to say they didn't win. They didn't win with trading away Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams, who were possibly the biggest names on that Jets team. It's you covered so much gap that you needed to add to this team with what you acquired so far after the trading away Gardner and Williams that it's hard not to say it's a win for the Jets. And this is even a Giants fan looking over at the Jets. Like, they won this. They got better adding the players that they just did than what they would have had if they kept Sauce and Williams, in my opinion.
So what about you, Vic? What do you think about this? This is your team, absolutely. So, like, got to hear from it there.
Yeah, Dan's 100% right. You got rid of your franchise face, which was Quentin Williams, right? The old was not working. All right,
Was arguably second, right behind him.
Jermaine Johnson wasn't working. Quentin Williams, the unit together that was built did not work. So they reworked it, and they filled in a lot more than they lost. They filled in a lot. They got a lot of depth, and they filled in a lot of gaps, which they clearly lacked, even with having them and losing them last season. They got depth on the line heavily, like a lot of linemen, defensive linemen. They got Brownlee was a great, amazing cornerback to snag. Like, I don't care what anybody says. That's the kind of cornerback that I like. Like, he's physical, small, dominant, bro, and explosive. And I feel like he was more productive than Sauce was his time there from when he got there. They did a lot, man. Like, I feel like they won that. Like, they stacked up a lot in the box. They got some outside pieces. I still think they could definitely use another cornerback. I'm happy that they went in the direction of safety because we've never had a deep ball safety like that can play, and Fitzpatrick's a vet. Got a guy in the middle. Like, they got rid of the old and came in with a whole new, and they started this from when they got rid of our old Jets. I'm going to call them the old Jets because the old Jets was Quinnen, Sauce, Brees, Garrett, and Jermaine Johnson. Really, that was that draft class pretty much all together. The only ones left is Garrett and what did I just say? Garrett and Brees. Those are the only two left. Those other 3 guys are gone. And with those 3 guys moving, they got a lot more than 3 players, and they got a lot of draft capital with it too.
But also, you have to worry about signing Brees now too. Like, is that still a possibility even after all these moves? And if you want them to make more moves too.
Tagged him.
I think that's exactly why they tagged him and they didn't give him a deal, because they had this whole plan of like, we're going to rebuild this whole team, and if we can contend and Brees stays healthy and has another 1,000-yard season, I think he's definitely getting a 4-year deal. He's probably going to get that at Travis Etienne money if he has like a 1,000-yard season again. Because I'm sorry, like, you're not going to get another.
He's getting more than Travis Etienne.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, you're just.
I was wrong about it, so I'm going to shut up about the running backs.
You can't talk about money in this situation, Pat.
Jets have a solid running back room without Brees, but it ain't what it is with Brees because he can catch the ball, he can block, and he can run. He's a straight-up 3-down back, and he can do it all. He's one of those versatile backs that we're talking about. The league almost has. Every team almost has one of these. So if you get rid of him, You got Braylon Allen, who's not a receiving back, still young. You know what I mean? Like, you lose a lot if you get rid of Brees. And I think they tagged him so that they could see what the team looks like that they're putting together. And if he does have a 1,000-yard season, I think he's going to get that 4-year deal that this kid just got with the same or more money, like Dan's saying, because he's worth every penny of it. And he's only 24 years old, bro.
Yeah, still young.
Yeah,
He's
still
only
young.
24. Like, you got to think, like, all right, well, if we sign him for a 4-year deal, he's going to be 28. Like, he's still in his prime, and he's played already 4 years. Like, he came in at 20 years old or whatever it was, bro. Like, it's absurd how nasty he is at 24. You know, and he was out one whole season with the torn ACL. So,
He
like,
still came back.
pretty
They're
much,
good.
you know,
And on
so
the topic that Vic is saying, with Brees being a dual threat, you only can think of 3 running backs that give that much value to a team so far this in the league right now. It's McCaffrey, Bijan,
And Pacheco,
and Brees.
absolutely agreed.
yeah, Pacheco.
Being those dual threats, you don't really see much of that in the NFL now. You just see power backs. And
Yeah.
it does add the value to the team.
Speaking of for the Jets real quick, because I had just seen this, and the first mock draft for the Jets, that, you know, from experts that didn't have Reese as their second pick.
Your mic is still clipping, by the way.
It's still clipping?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
On my end,
bit.
it's fine.
A
I don't know.
little choppy.
On my end, it seems fine here, but I'm going to just keep going with it.
Seems better now.
All right. Well, but yeah, what's it called? The Jets, this is the first year, not the first year, this is the first mock draft that they had this season so far that I've seen them not have Avril as their top guy. Right now, the Jets are from experts' predictions. They're saying that they should take Sonny Styles at the 2 and then Mekhi Lemon at their 15th pick. They're still going with Mekhi Lemon as the second pick there, but they think now with the signings, I guess it's just updated that Sonny Styles should be the guy they go for at the second pick over Avril Reese, which we talked about that last week.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
If you do that, could that show?
That's great.
Could that show with that being, if they do get Sonny Styles, does that show a lack of confidence in Sherwood though?
I don't think so.
You guys go first. I'm gonna go last.
I think you also add another valuable threat to the edge, because
he
can play off the edge. He's very athletic and agile. You could move him to the edge, or you can move him to the outside linebacker, and he could fill in gaps. He could be that gap filling linebacker for you. He doesn't have to be the middle linebacker or the general of the team. And if they want to make him the general, he could learn from Davis that they just signed. So it's not like you're bringing a vet, you're bringing a rookie in with a vet as good as Davis, that it's going to be that he's going to have that leadership to mentor him and make him be a star in this league and be better than Sherwood. And maybe they do trade Sherwood going into next season if they draft Styles or Reese, because you have 2 linebackers that you could possibly go after. But yeah, I don't think you really need to draft him with what they have done, but it does add more depth to that team. And Vic said that they always needed linebackers, and same with the Giants. You fill this position and add depth, and yeah, I think it would be a good move.
So I think that as much as it pains me as a Giants fan, I actually think that Sonny Styles is who they should go for out of them. Even though they got Tremaine Edwards just now out of that first round, out of the free agency. That if they got Sonny Styles, yep, they can get if they grabbed because they got rid of Okereke, if they can grab Styles, that would be a very, very good pickup to get right now. So I feel like there's a possibility, as we just talked about the whole trading now, that's the reason why I brought it up actually, is I think there's a possibility that the Giants and Jets do a trade. There's a chance that they end up doing a trade, especially if they want, because the Giants want Sonny Styles more than anything. I don't think they need Reese. They need Sonny Styles right now at this particular moment. I don't think they need another blitzing linebacker or something like that right now at the current moment of what they have. I just don't see it. So for me, I think they need someone like Sonny Styles to be in here, and I think they would end up trading to the 2 if Sonny Styles is who the Jets want to go for. And I think that's actually part of the reason why they're baiting that. potentially, because I feel like they know they can still get a top 5 pick and still get something from the Giants in return. If they play it right, that's what I think. But I think that the Jets, though, if they were to go get Sonny Styles, I think it's a good pickup for them. I do. And honestly, I think, like what Dan said, I think that Sherwood could be traded if Sonny Styles comes out to be this guy come the first season. I don't know if he'll be playing backup or whatever the case is. I don't know which way they'll go. Or like Vic always says, like he likes his linemen. He likes people being rotated in and out. It could be one of those things where they rotate Sherwood out to learn from Davis and see which one really becomes the top dog. Because what's his name? Davis is there for what? He's gonna be there for 3 years. Is that the signing that they made for him? 2 years.
Oh, two.
So then you know what? They definitely sign Styles, have them rotate between for these 2 years. Then really, then you can define your 1 and 2 at that point, and really switch out. So you go from having depth to having a 1 and 2 that are young, because then you'd have Sherwood and him learning from Davis, and then Davis goes, or you trade him even next season. Not like it's gonna hurt you. So if you get Sonny Styles as the guy, then you go ahead and trade Davis. And then, bam, you have a 1-2 right there. Next season, not the season coming up. When I say next season, I mean 27 going into 28. You're going to play Demario Davis into the whole first season, obviously. So that's when I mean next season, the one following. I should have clarified that. But yeah, I think Sonny Styles is definitely a good pick here for the Jets if they were to go for him, especially with the fact that they could sign, again, another edge, and the fact that they got Demario Davis there. I feel like they do have a lot of depth right now. I feel in that front seven with Mozzie Smith up there as well at the defensive tackle. He's slept on, so I think he's going to be another one that we see on the Jets.
That's your Quinn Williams replacement.
And I think he's going to be a guy that comes up. He's a sleeper. I really do think people are sleeping on him, and I think next season he'll come out and show it.
Yeah. Yeah. If this stays on their mock, then it's pretty clear that they're going to transition to the 3-4. All right. If that's because now they're like, all right, well, we kind of just grabbed 2 ends. We could grab this linebacker. If they transition to the 3-4, they could probably feel pretty confident in getting another lineman in the second round with their second round pick or whatever, or grab another one. But they are pretty heavy at the line, and like you said, I don't know if that would. He's there for 2 years, Demario Davis. So I don't know if Styles is a pass rushing linebacker as well, if he has any kind of pass rush to his game. But if he does, he could definitely be utilized on the outside, because if they run a 3-4, that means they're going to be coming at you with 2 outside linebackers. Now, if they don't grab an outside linebacker, solidified outside linebacker, I feel personally that McDonald is going to transition to an outside linebacker that just blitzes in only to keep those other guys on the line. And they'll put someone else over there, whether it be Styles or him and Sherwood will rotate, and they will both become the 1 and 2 together, and they will both be there to learn from Davis. I think Sherwood will. I think he has coming into this year. He's either going to have 2 years left on his contract or 1. I don't know. I think they gave him the 3-year deal last season, so he would still be your 1 unless Sonny Styles outplays him. But they're both going to be playing at the same time when Demario Davis goes. They could trade Sherwood, but it wouldn't make any sense unless they had like another veteran coming in after Demario Davis's deal is up. They will not re-sign him after these 2 years. It's not gonna make any sense. He's clearly there, especially if Sonny comes. He's clearly there to mentor, start this season, and rotate those guys in together. Unless Sonny has some kind of pass rush game, I could see him playing on the other side for McDonald. I feel like McDonald will get moved to outside linebacker, because he's fast enough to play that role. He won't be a pass coverage linebacker, because he'll be on that side where that linebacker constantly blitzes in or goes in to keep those other guys, because they have a lot of guys on the line now. Like you have those 2 other guys. They don't have any other outside linebackers if it goes to 3-4. If it's 4-3 defense, it doesn't make much sense to have him there unless he's just going to be rotating in and out. But I don't see that. I don't see that working.
What do you feel?
But yeah, I think.
What do you feel about this, right? Now, from my understanding, Sonny Styles is more of a field general kind of guy. I could be wrong on that, but I could have swore from the film that I've seen of him, the guy's more of a coverage linebacker. Now, what do you feel about this? We talked about it. If they decide to trade bait this, and they're not actually going for Sonny, like they want someone to trade, they're looking for someone to trade for the second round, for the second pick. What do you feel about this? The Jets trade the 2nd overall pick and a 6th round pick. It could be up for this year. For the Giants, 5th overall pick and Kayvon Thibodeau. Because they're looking to drop
the Jets
him anyway.
trade away 2. Jets trade away number 2.
And the 6th round pick. For
and what
the
6th
Giants,
round pick?
For their own. Don't they have a 6th round pick? Am I not mistaken? Do they have
Not this year?
Oh no, the 7th from the Raiders. The 7th from the Raiders. You take a 7th round pick from the Raiders that they got, and so you take those 2 picks. You go ahead and you grab what's it called, and you get Thibodeau and a 5th. Thibodeau and the 5th overall. Is that an even trade?
That ain't worth it.
No, you don't think so?
I'm not doing that either.
Really?
I ain't giving a number 2 pick for Thibodeau. For Thibodeau? No way. The production is not there. He's not there.
Yeah, you're adding too much value to Thibodeau's name.
I thought it was just because he was too little. I figured it was just a little bit enough to add to it because you're already getting the 5th overall pick. No. I would have said something more.
It's good enough. The value that 2nd round pick has, it's value, but it's good. It's good enough of value where you could swap the 5 and the 2. You're not losing way too much to just.
They're not going to get up swap. That would serve.
I said you can do a swap if you really wanted to. I feel like the pick that has the most value in a draft is a number 1.
Yeah, obviously. But like
after that, from 2 to 5, you could easily just swap picks and call it a fair trade.
Whoever just swaps the pick, though.
Well, that depends on the teams too and their boards. Like if there's a guy a team really wants, like they ain't swapping. You know what I mean? Like it's just. Two is a hard pick to fill. Like they can do this with number 2 for a lot. Like a desperate team will do some dumb crap for that number 2 pick if they see someone in the draft they really want.
So then, who's the trade unfair for? Then the trade who's the trade unfair for?
In the Jets, it's unfair for the Jets.
Yeah, you're getting Thibodeau for a way higher value than what he's worth. In my opinion. I think if you were to do a trade for the number 2 pick, I think you can do, and I know we talked about them, and I know they had added a lot so far, you can swap the 2 pick for the Chiefs pick because right now the Chiefs don't have anybody back in the backfield. They lost 2 cornerbacks.
They did 9th pick. You mean swap? They're not swapping from 2 to 9.
Well, no, you can trade bait the number 2 pick for the Chiefs, and they would give you something to get the number 2 to try to get downs.
Well, what do they give up?
I don't know. That would be on them to decide.
See, but that doesn't make
sense. I really don't know what they would give up.
All right, see, now, I think I'm going to disagree.
But it's those bottom teams it's the teams like the Chiefs, the Bills, that you can waive this to, that where they need the safety help, they can get.
No, they're not going for the Bills. They still need something like up there. That still need work. They still need help. They're not going down. They're not going to end up going down in any of their picks. I said the 5th because it's still something where they could still get downs if they wanted to for whatever reason. They can get an offensive lineman still there that they could really get them patch up a hole.
You said the pick 5 or 5th round pick?
5th overall pick.
In the first round?
Yes, in the first round. You're swapping their picks and you're getting Thibodeau with them.
For 2?
For 2.
And 7.
So it's 2 for 5 and then Thibodeau for 7.
All right, I was all messed up. I thought you said a 5th round pick.
No, absolutely not. I don't even like Thibodeau.
I don't know. That changes it. That's a tougher trade. That's a way tougher trade.
Wednesday. I still think it's unfair for the Jets, in my opinion.
That really just depends on the team. Like, if the Jets are set and there's just no way that they can part with the 2 because they have someone set like Sonny or Reese that they think is just going to have far more potential, then it's, it's just not going to happen.
It's different.
Fair to them.
But I'm saying, like, if they're already not going, if they're already changing direction from style, from Reese to style, if that means that they feel they're good, I mean, like you've always talked about rotating in and out. Thibodeau's a guy you could rotate in and out. And then you also get the 5th pick, you could still get another piece that I can get. I don't feel like it's a bad trade, personally, between both teams. I just don't feel like it's that bad.
Linebacker,
he plays the linebacker.
Outside.
Plays the outside.
Now, if they are into 3-4 defense, to me, that trade could make a lot of sense because you're only moving 3 slots. You're getting a 5th round, giving up that 7th round pick, and you're getting Thibodeau, an outside linebacker, which you lack. Now you could put McDonald on the other side, and now you have your outside linebacking core right there. You have your interior. Now, the only thing is there another linebacker they see at 5 that they want to go in?
You could
Is there
still
anyone
grab
that matches
Reese. You could still grab Reese out there on the outside.
If he's there at 5. If he's
Yeah,
there
if
at 5,
he's there, I think
Who
because
takes
we
him?
talked about this last week, where you have
someone's going to
you
take him in the
mentioned-
first 5. If the Jets
Yeah.
take that too, he's going in the first 5, bro. He has to.
yes.
Yeah, I assume in the top 5, but I assume the only other person that was going to
He
take
can
him
go
would
to
have
the
been
Cardinals.
Giants.
He can go to the Browns. There's teams that can still.
The Browns aren't there.
In the top 5.
Who's in the top 5, Brad? Isn't it the Titans? It's the Titans and the Cardinals. It's not the Browns. Browns are like 7th or something like that, or they're 6th or 7th. It's the Raiders, Jets, Cardinals.
He can still go to the Titans. He can still go to the Cardinals.
I think they have too much other needs that they need to go for. I think one of them takes Caleb Downs. Honestly, I think
Wow,
the Titans end up taking
that's
Caleb
funny.
Downs.
Whose draft are you looking at?
It was just a thing that just popped up. It was just a thing that popped up for the Jets. It was on their page.
This is very interesting because I'm looking at ESPN, and one of their analysts has Reese going to the Jets and Styles going to the Giants.
That's what it was before, but then I seen it just popped up for the Jets a couple of minutes ago, like a little while ago, and they talk about Sonny Styles. Like experts think that they have Sonny Styles going to them from them. So it's like that's.
I mean, I said this last week. I said
2 linemen.
yeah, that's why I'm saying that's
Sonny
probably an overload on
Styles-
ESPN.
Sonny Styles' draft stock went way up with
Way
the
up.
performance he had at the
Way up,
combine.
absolutely.
And he outshined Reese. So I said this last week where Styles can leap over Reese to be the first linebacker off the board.
Yeah, but it would also it's not even just like about the linebacker. It's about what you need. If the Jets get enough of whatever, they could just go with the other thing. It's like it's all positional needs. Like I don't think anyone's just gonna grab just to grab him. I feel like they're gonna grab him because they need a positional need. Like if I'm the Raiders, if the Raiders had the number 2
Titans don't need a middle linebacker.
I feel like they could use a
The
lot.
Cardinals don't need a middle linebacker.
They could also use a lot. Is it their top need right now?
When you have a value pick from 1 to 5, because that's where the most value is in a draft.
There's a lot of
You're
guys.
looking at the best possible available.
There's
It doesn't
a lot
matter
of guys.
what you need. Yeah, you're going to look at your
There's a lot
needs.
of teams right now that if you put them in the top 5, Caleb would be their pick. And right now,
Caleb Downs is not even in the top 5.
yeah,
In
because
the draft that I'm looking at.
no team needs him right now in the top 5. The Jets need him. The Giants don't need him. There's a couple of teams that just
Giants
don't
need
need him. No, they don't. They don't need the safety help right now. They do need safety, but that's not their biggest need. They need linebacking.
Yeah.
So they're not going to take.
I would
Caleb
say
Downs.
the Titans and Cardinals need linebackers because this draft has them going edge. And even then, yeah, they need to build up that front 7, but I think any of these 4 teams from 2 to 5 can go linebacker.
All right, I'm just saying I don't see them going Reese. If in the next mock draft, I guarantee if we all made a mock draft right now, if the Jets take Sonny
I
Styles,
think Reese and Sonny both go top 5.
I believe they both
Just
go top
because-
5.
They're both going
I
top
believe
5.
I believe they go both got top 5. Here's the thing: I don't think the Cardinals and the Titans are doing it. That's the thing. My thing is, if the Jets take Styles, the Giants are getting Reese. If the Jets go Reese, the Giants are going Styles.
I could see Salah going for either one of those guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, really, you forget.
No, Hunt. But I don't think so. I don't think they're going to go. Didn't they also just sign a linebacker? Am I tripping on that? Didn't they sign a linebacker today as well?
Bro, they got Salah. Salah builds straight defense. He's going to change that defense, man. If he wants,
I
he
get it.
Reese
And they
Sonny's
said-
there.
They
Whoever
said
doesn't
from the
get picked
start.
at 2, he'll take it at 3.
They said from the
Don't need
start.
anything else. He just got
Salah's
a receiver
gonna
over
be-
there.
Salah's going to be their defensive guy. He's going to build the defense. Yeah,
But
he's
you
the
don't
head
think
coach,
you don't
but
think
he's
you
going
would
to
rather
build the
take
defense.
Bain? You don't think you would rather take Bain or
They're
Caleb
both
Downs
going to
as well?
focus on the offense.
You don't think you would rather take Bain or Caleb Downs as well? There's a lot of deep picks right now. You can go top 5. It doesn't have to necessarily just be him. But I don't think it's going to be their main pick either. I don't think he's the main pick of that team. Personally, for me, that's how I feel. If we were to do the mock draft right now, which I know we're going to do one on the 24th, We're gonna do one, but I don't
Yes,
have
but
I don't
okay.
have Reese going to
Here's
them.
the thing: we're not looking at this draft from a coach's mind, or from
I'm looking at this through
we
a
don't
team
have the
need.
team. Yes, but we don't have the scouts around us. We don't have the
Sure.
technology that these teams have. That where you put these names on the board, everybody's in the top 5. You're gonna have Styles. You're gonna have Reese. You're gonna have these guys on your board because they performed.
Okay,
You're
sure.
gonna have guys like Bane on your board. You're gonna have all these people on your board, and either way, this top 5 could completely rotate and shift.
Yeah,
Well, not the top
absolutely.
5 because we all know the Raiders are gonna go Mendoza. That's like solidified in stone, basically, at the rate that the
Yeah,
Raiders have been going this
pretty
so far.
much. But it's like, but yeah, but like I don't. It doesn't matter. Like even if you do our mock draft, if you're really paying attention, you do the mock draft yourself. If you're really paying attention, who's there? Like I guarantee, like not guarantee, because I don't know how you'll think, but I just don't think that even if the Jets were to take Sonny Styles, right? I don't think either one of you personally looking at it, like I think if you sit down and objectively look at it, I don't think either one of you are going to have Reese going to either the Cardinals or the Titans personally. We'll go over it on the 24th, but I just don't think that's going to be the case. And this is just our opinions on it, but that's how I
got
feel.
I think Solid will take. If Jets go 72, Reese goes 3.
And do you think it's the opposite way around? Do you think that the Titans,
Well,
if
he would
they
go
go
4 because the Titans are the 4th, Cardinals are the third. Cardinals.
Which I don't think. Again, I don't think they're going with that. I personally, they're going to go so left field, and I think they're going for a QB. I think that's going to be so left field. They're going to go.
They're going to take Caleb, and he going to take Reese at 4.
All right. Hey, listen. I could be. I just.
We're going to do this anyway. Yeah.
We're going to do this anyway. Anyway, look, bro. We are 45 minutes.
Giants ain't getting Sonny, buddy.
They're getting one of them. They're getting one of them, and I want them to get Sonny. I don't want them to get. I don't. I didn't
Bane,
want Reese.
all right?
No, please don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want Bane on this team. We already have edges, and for the love of God, if the Giants don't switch Carter to the edge and just let him play the damn edge and stop playing him in coverage next season, I'll blow my lord. But yeah.
If I see Carter and going back in coverage,
the first moment I do
not blitzing, I am done watching football next year.
I'm
not watching the Giants game all year.
I'll be pissed. But anyway, though, we are 45 minutes. We have so much we can talk about these things. We'll talk about all this stuff in later dates. We have a lot to talk about for this offseason already, and it's only the first day of the offseason officially. So we're going to move on to the next pick here. We have a lot of other guys here that we have in the free agency. Let's talk about another big shebang let's talk about Kenneth Walker going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Vic called that immediately. That was like the big thing there. And you know that I 100% in agreement that it was just that's a great pickup. What do you guys feel about this? How do you feel about the Chiefs right now? And Kelsey came back. Also, Kelsey came back. Kelsey is going to be playing another season with them.
Yeah, 1-year deal for $12 million and 15 max from incentives. But yeah, it's a win for the Chiefs because you add another Super Bowl MVP type player to your team, which is filled with them because you have, well, not filled with them, but you have Mahomes already, and you have other Super Bowl kind of players on that team.
Rasheed Rice is still there.
Your team gets faster. You get a competent running back now because Pacheco, we all know how he was going. Walker just adds another oomph level to them that they didn't have at running back. He is a guy that can run up the middle, run to the outside. We've seen him be a dual threat with Seattle because Darnold used him as a receiver threat too. But yeah, it's a win for the Chiefs. They got better. They didn't get worse. And they got a lot faster.
Agreed. There's a lot that I think oh sorry, go ahead, Vic. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go. I'll go after.
I think it makes them really good right now. I think Kenneth Walker being on that team, and then I don't know what's going on with Pacheco, but I'm assuming he's going to play the backup or whatever. Unless they got rid of him, I don't know. If he's on that team still, right?
No, I don't think so. I think he's
he's still on that team.
So if he's still there, then you have a good one too. You could easily switch back and forth. You could easily have I guess what was Montgomery and what's it called? what's his name? Oh my lord, how am I forgetting his name right now? Gibbs. Yeah, I don't know how I was forgetting his name. But yeah, you could easily have one of those kind of dynamics, which was a very popular thing, and I think that's one of those things you could have right now. You could easily, because I think Kenneth Walker is a great back. I think he was one of the better backs this season, and the fact that Kansas City got their hands on him, that's a big watch out for the rest of the league. I don't know how much
Kenneth Walker wasn't even on his top 5 list. The Chiefs weren't even on the top 5.
Yeah,
and I told you that whoever offers you the bag, you're taking that money, and he took the money.
Wow. Okay. Vic, go ahead.
What?
Yeah, what were you wowing about? You can't just say
sorry,
wow.
My bad. I'm sorry. I'm also, because I'm trying to keep up with the free agency as well while we're doing this. Texans signed Reed Blankenship, the safety from the Eagles, to a 3-year, $24 million deal.
Jesus Christ. What's going on with that Eagles team? They're losing everybody.
Yeah, they're losing everyone, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
That Texans defense got better.
This signing for Kansas City is a lot bigger than I think anyone's realizing, because they haven't had a solid running back since like Jamal Charles and Kareem Hunt in their primes. Like, this guy, they needed him. He looks great in red. I'm glad he went there, and I'm glad they got a running back, because clearly Pacheco is not a 3-down running back. For the years that he's been there and been running the ball, they haven't had much of a running game. He's more of like a running back that gets you like 3 yards, 2 yards. It's just maybe he'll come out and give you a big run, but like that's like 15 yards. and Kenneth is solid, man. He's solid. He had a great year this year. You know, he had over 1,000 rushing yards, right, with Seattle?
Yeah, he had over 1,000.
Yep.
You know, you're getting a solid running back, and like you said, you can definitely use them together in a 1-2. You know, but you're getting a solid known name in the league at running back, 3-down back. That is going to instantly improve the run game dramatically. It takes so much more pressure off of Mahomes, and having to pass the ball. They can do a lot of play action now with him being there. They can always use Pacheco on screens. Like, they could do a lot with just him being there. But that run game is going to
lethal.
You're getting a 1,000-yard running back, like, which you were kind of lacking. You know, struggling to at least get there. You know that he's going to get you 1,000 yards for the most part, and he can come out of the backfield and catch the ball, and you can. Kansas City's got such a wild playbook. They can utilize him and Pacheco in 2 totally different.
Can you imagine the type of trick play that they could run?
Yeah. And a lot of teams now, like, you always had that presence that Kansas City was going to pass the ball on you. If it was a trick play, it was probably going to be a pass. Now, you got to really be like, well, they could run the ball now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, makes them more of a one-dimensional team, because they're such a pass-heavy team, or trick play pass kind of heavy team, that it's like, all right, now this team can actually run the ball. You know, like, to have a running back that can sit there and pound the ball up the field, you know, and drive just off of runs and tire out of defense. So it's really big for Chiefs fans that they got a solid running back. They've needed this for years, and they finally got one.
Absolutely agreed. They got a good one. I think they're gonna set them up for good success there. They obviously had a down year this year. We said that Rashee Rice on the team for the first 6 games was going to be a big impact, and it was, because, well, they didn't make the playoffs this year. And for a dynasty like them, that's huge. So the fact that they're coming out with him is something that I think they should look at, and they're not done. I mean, they could still, like we just talked about, they could possibly go get Caleb Downs at the 9th or whatever. There's a lot of things they could do with that draft pick right now, because everyone had them going for Jeremiah. Now this leaves a big question: is where is Jeremiah Love coming out of the draft? So there's a lot of ways you can go right now for this Chiefs team, and I think that was a big answer for them. So I'm excited to see what they do. I really am. But I wanted to talk a little bit here about, first off, 2 things. The Green Bay defense got shredded, right? They pick up Micah Parsons from the Cowboys. They get Micah Parsons. Great, awesome.
Green Bay lost everybody.
But they lose Quine Walker and what's his name? There's so many names here. I'm like having trouble keeping track.
Where'd Kawhi go?
And they're the Raiders. Raiders signed 2 linebackers. They got him, and they got Kobe Dean. And so they went good.
They filled in for Crosby.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they filled in.
At least on the interior.
Yeah, they got the interior. They got the outfield. They're doing really good right now. But yeah, no, I mean, the Green Bay got shredded on their defense. Like they lost a lot of stuff. Like I actually hold up. You know what? The Titans. I didn't realize how many Titans signings they did this year. Damn, there's a lot of Titans signings. Oh
Yeah.
my god, dude! Wow, crazy. Damn, bro, they went heavy.
Bro.
Yeah, they went heavy. Oh my god. I can't wait until we do a prediction for next year's season to see how every team does before like the preseason starts. And we're so wrong because of how many different teams might be good this year. There's just such a different landscape right now. I feel like with the free agency alone, there's a lot that they have.
No, I still think you're gonna have your clear top teams.
I don't know because the Patriots got objectively worse. They got objectively worse as is. The Chiefs got objectively better. The Ravens.
Did I say the Patriots were a top team?
They were. Yeah, but you're saying there's clear top teams. I don't know what you mean, but you didn't say anyone was clear top team. All I know is they made it to the Super Bowl.
I'm saying you're gonna still have your clear top teams. I'm not saying it yet because it's too early, but I will.
All right,
it will be pretty standard to what we've seen.
I don't think
that's all I'm saying.
I don't know about that. I mean, this year was a big throw around, and I think we're going to see another one of these things this year. I think the landscape is about to change. Truthfully, I have the Dolphins going to the Super Bowl. This is crazy. I mean, Malik Willis on this team. I think they're gonna.
Yeah, I know. Don't even start. Well, get out of that division right away. Go somewhere else. All right. You can talk about Tennessee, Cleveland. I don't care. Leave Miami out of it.
I think Cleveland. I know everyone. With the whole Shedeur Sanders controversy that's going on there. I don't think they. I think they got better, but not enough to make any waves. And I don't know how much the draft is going to help them to make them that much better. But yeah,
I mean, the Steelers.
The Steelers.
That's another team we didn't talk about with the trade that they did.
Yeah, they got here. Where's the trade? Can you have the trade picked up anywhere? There's so many people.
I do not.
Whatever. I forgot what it was. But they got the Colts traded Michael Pittman Jr. to the Steelers, and I forgot what it was for. I think it was if I'm not mistaken, it was a fourth round pick. Am I wrong on that? I don't remember where the trade was for it, but yeah.
I think it was something like that.
Yeah, so they ended up trading for him. So the Steelers now have DJ Moore and have Michael Pittman Jr. How do we feel about the Steelers? Does that make them any how much more advanced does that team get now? Does that make them any better? Do you think that it progresses?
They definitely have They definitely have their 1-2 in Pickens and Pittman.
Not Pickens.
Or not Pickens. In Metcalf and Pickens, or
I think the Steelers wish it was Pickens, but no, it's not Pickens. Definitely not Pickens. It's 100% a decrease.
Even now, the Cowboys. You don't even know. Apparently, there's rumors that they might move on from CD Lamb.
That'd be crazy if they did. I don't remember how if that was the case. That'd be nuts.
I saw that a couple weeks ago.
You're kind of blurred, by the way.
That they were thinking about. Yeah, I know. That they were thinking about pivoting away from CD Lamb, possibly trading him away.
I didn't see that rumor. If that's true, that would be crazy. Because then two top NFC East wide receivers would be going, because we don't know where AJ Brown's going if he is getting anywhere. That'll be a weird one to see where he goes.
I mean, with how much they've been clearing house so far, you think his name is up for some draft capital, if they possibly can get any draft capital from him.
I think so. They're still asking for it. They want first and something else. I forgot who it was. I seen it the other day by Adam Schefter.
You are not getting a first for AJ Brown.
They talked
with all the drama that they had.
Someone offered a first and a third, and they denied it.
That's wild that they want.
They denied a first and a third.
That's because they didn't want to deal with him. That's why.
But they denied. They denied the trade. They blocked it. They said no.
Philly,
we're not taking
Philly
that.
denied it. You're saying?
Yeah, Philly denied it.
Okay.
Philly denied that trade. They denied that trade. So that's like one of those. I was like,
wow. They probably didn't even tell him about it. They were just like, nope, you didn't get no trade offers, buddy.
0. Now you're still with us. That's it. You're staying with us. You're good. Wow, is the
You're gonna
Jets.
suffer. We're gonna start passing. We promise. To you only.
Yeah, okay.
T.O. Thanks
Ooh,
for
that's
coming
a-
in, T.O.
I mean, hopefully that defense get better because now what's his name? You said was
Blankenship.
it Carter?
Blank chip, yeah. Oh,
No,
Jalen
no,
Carter.
no.
Might,
We're gonna-
he might get traded.
Yeah, Jalen Carter might be dealt too.
Yeah, that's
So
another
this
one.
defense is gonna look completely different next year for that team.
Which is crazy because that was the one thing that was working for them. That's
Yeah,
nuts.
the Eagles might not be the top dog in the NFC East anymore.
I know. I can't wait for the Giants to be on top finally.
John Harbaugh's writing a good script.
For it.
Can you imagine?
He's been sending letters like, listen, guys, just bet on us and I'll split the winnings with you guys, all right? Just destroy your teams for me.
I already put my entire tax
You
check on the
wrote
bet
letters
for them
saying,
to win the Super Bowl.
Make the Eagles get rid of everyone on defense.
Yeah,
So
they're
we'll figure it out.
demolishing their. It's just nuts to me. They did have a lot of free agency coming up. It was through the draft. They drafted really well. They don't have the cap space for everyone. They got to get rid of some people, and that's what. I mean, that's the pros and cons of making like a really good team for a couple of years.
That's that closing window right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you saw the window
don't
starting
last
to close
long.
on them. You saw the window started closing going to the last year of Jason Kelsey. It just the dip that team had
Oh yeah,
going
absolutely. The line
into
wasn't the same. Jason Kelsey
is
a hard roll to fill.
crazy.
That's a hard.
And
roll to
after how
fill.
much money you dished out for Barkley,
Yeah.
it's showing it's not worth the It's not worth the money.
No. We're not going over this right now because it was not his fault that they did not get an offense going.
It's partly his fault with how much he
I
got
don't
paid.
believe so. I believe no, hell no. I believe that hardly
Okay.
made a dent. That hardly makes a dent in their cap salary. Like, come on, that was definitely not it. And
Okay.
he helped them win the chip in the first place. He was the only reason why they won that chip. Only reason. Because he's the reason why they made it that far. You know how many teams
Yes,
studied
but getting
to
one
play for
chip is
him?
still not worth that much money you
Yes,
gave
it
him.
is.
Sorry.
Absolutely is.
No, it's not.
As a Giants fan, I
One
would take
chip?
that. I would take one chip right now. Any team that has not won a chip in a long time, I would absolutely
Just
take that.
one.
I'll
You don't
take
want
it.
more if you sign a player for that money.
That's not the player you blame for taking it. That start. What is it? $12 million a year? That's nothing. There's a punter that just made that much money this year. I think it's the Giants who just signed him for whatever god awful
Yeah.
reason.
He
So let's
got
not come on.
banked.
Let's not act like that's the reason. The salary cap is high enough to where that's not an unreasonable amount for someone of Barkley's stats. It's not. Making some of these other guys rich is a problem. Everyone blaming Jalen Hurts. So why did he get as much money as he did? Let's start there. There's a lot of other guys you could put blame on. I don't think Barkley's the one for the cap salary. Anyway, though,
Bro, he's getting 40. No, he's getting more than that. He's getting over 20 million.
not
and
a
his
year.
contract was 2 years
Not a year. He's
for
not getting
41.2.
It was 2 years for 41.2. So what is he, a free agency this year? Or is it 2 years remaining?
Oh no, he signed a 2-year extension, I think.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, we have other guys here. Let's talk about this one real quick. The Saints signing Travis Etienne, who Dan Etienne, who Dan called correct. Give this to him here. They go ahead and they draft the running back, and I think Dan said it was something along the lines of like $52 million for 4 years, so it was like comes out to something like $13 million a year or something like that, which is crazy good for him. I mean, congratulations. I had it being less. What they have the salary cap for it. By all means, do what you got to do. They needed a running game. They established it and they got it. How do we feel about that? ETN going? How do we first off leaving the Jaguars? And how do we feel about him going to the Saints? Does it make them any worthwhile?
You
Not all
can
at
take
once.
this if you want.
Yeah, there you go. You passed it off.
Yeah. I mean, this definitely improves them. You know, he's kind of like there's some similarities in their game to Kamara. Obviously, Kamara's been in the league a while, but you're getting a great running back. Like I liked him. I liked him a lot. You know, I like the way he plays. He got paid. They also picked up a big upgrade at the guard position.
Yeah, David Edwards.
You know, David Edwards, they just spent $100 million between those two guys, pretty much, or close to it. I definitely think you'll see, and I don't know if they retain Kamara. I didn't see anything on him getting removed or
No, I didn't say
as a
anything on
free
him
agent.
either.
So, you got two running backs. I'm sure how do you say his name again?
ETN.
ETN.
ETN is going to probably be the starting running back, I would assume, there after giving him all that money. And then you have Kamara back there as well. They needed to make a splash because that team was pretty mediocre last year. I mean, they were weird. They play some decent games against decent teams or good teams, and then they would just not show up another week. So, yeah, it was definitely a
Yeah, I
needed
mean, they
position.
dominated Giants. Well,
Yeah,
let's not go back.
that's what yeah, they were just weird offensively, very inconsistent. I think they definitely needed. Kamara's been there a very long time with
His
them.
whole career so far.
His whole career. I think they just needed to make a change, an addition at running back. You're gonna get somebody that can literally do it all. I watched him do it with Jacksonville, which he's very exciting to watch. So yeah, they're definitely gonna be a more run heavy team, especially with the addition of the offensive line. I'm sure they'll continue to beef up the O line, and maybe I know they re-signed their tight end Noah Fant for a 2-year deal. So, and they got that young quarterback still there. So I think it was a great move for them to go in that direction, especially with Kamara being there for so long. You know what you get out of him, but you know you're getting an upgrade without a
He
doubt.
needs the help.
Yeah, he needs the help. Like he can't do it alone. It's just he ain't in his second, third, fourth year anymore. Like he's been in the
No,
league a
he's
while.
getting to his end of the road, and you see it.
And they transitioned into that. This is the next big thing for us right here. Is this guy?
Yeah.
He can catch, he can run, he can block, he can do it all. Seen it in Jacksonville, and he did a phenomenal job there. I'm surprised they let him go. Honestly, I wouldn't have let him go. It's one of those backs that you don't want to let go. He showed a lot of promise and potential, and I think he's gonna dog for the Saints. Honestly, he's gonna bring in a totally different complexity into that offense and help that young quarterback out there. And I think definitely improves their offense 100%.
Yeah, no, I'm going to piggyback off of everything you said. ETN going there is a major upgrade for that running back core because Kamara, you would know what you're going to get out of Kamara. But Kamara, like I said, he's getting to his end of days, and you see it year after year because of how much he's the workhorse of that offense. Time and time again. I mean, Chris Olave has came to somewhat of a form so far, but Kamara has been the workhorse on that offense since the Drew Brees era of the Saints. And the wear and tear is starting to show on him, and he needs the help, and ETN is the perfect fit. And I know we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but I said that Saquon Barkley contract that he signed set the tone for how much these running backs are going to want to make. And Pat called me crazy, but I said he was looking from anywhere from 8 or 8.5 and up. He got his money, man. He got 13 a year. That's crazy. And even me, I lowballed it, but I said it was going to be anywhere from 8 to 10 plus. And it happened. And it's the perfect fit for that team. They beefed up the O-line, like Vic said. And ETN just adds more value to that team. Especially with the young quarterback. I don't remember his name. Stroud?
Show. I'm calling him Show. I still don't have no idea how to say him. Show.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce his name either. But yeah, he showed he was in the offensive rookie of the year debate at the end of the year. And let's see what he's gonna do this year. Same with Dart. We have Dart to look forward to, but let's see what Show and the Saints offense could do now when they have competent people back there now.
I don't have much to say about it. I think it's definitely a good signing over there. He got the money by all means. I don't know how much this makes them better. I still think they have a lot of money to fill on that offense. Chris Olave and definitely having a number one running back that's there is definitely key. Getting the guard was great. Hopefully Tyler Show comes out again in his sophomore season and doesn't digress because we've seen this time and time again where we get a good rookie, comes out, plays a couple games, plays great, and then looks trash next season.
More slump.
So we have to see how it goes. I mean, Drake May didn't have one in the regular season. That doesn't always happen to everyone. But I mean, we'll see where it goes.
Let's hope Jackson Dart don't have one either. Okay.
I think Jackson Dart will be fine. It depends really on with
Okay.
the offense. But I mean, like,
He
really,
doesn't have a receiver, but decidedly favors now.
all right, and you know what? They didn't get anyone out of here. Could they be someone that? See, there's so much we got to talk about next week. I'm not going to do it because I have three topics I want to talk about today that we still have to go over. So I want to try to go over quick. So I'm just going to keep this one short. In which I think it makes them a little better. I do think it adds for sure.
Steelers picked up Dowdle.
Did they? Oh, so they have a running back now too. They have a running back now too. That's good.
Woo! I was
That's
wondering
good.
where he was gonna go, bro.
I forgot about Dowdle.
Yo,
That's crazy. That's actually really good for them.
You know he's gonna be the starter too, bro.
100%. Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Fantasy, come on, Dowdle.
Fantasy. Oh, I can't wait for fantasy next season. We gotta.
That's
come
a
up with
big
that
pickup
more.
for them too, man. Come on now. Steelers bolster backfield with Dowdle.
Yeah, that's
good for
crazy.
you getting out of
That's
there.
really good.
Get out of what's his name, Shadow Hubbard's.
Yeah, even though he was ahead of him already, even in the same season, but yeah, no, that's great for them. Honestly, really beneficial for them. See now, I didn't think about
back. In the last 2 seasons, he's been 1,000-yard back.
I didn't even think about the Giants. I didn't even think about the Giants only having neighbors. We'll talk about that next week. I'm not going to go over it right now. I want to talk about three more teams. Giants are going to be one of them, but I'm going to save them for last. We'll talk about stuff. Mike Evans going to San Fran, the 49ers. How do we feel about Mike Evans going to the 49ers?
That's the biggest surprise. I think out of all the shocks, I think that's the biggest shock. And I don't even think it's just a big shock to me. I think this was the biggest shock in free agency today because I didn't expect Mike Evans to not be a part of that Buccaneers team. I thought he was going to retire a Buck. I did not expect him to get traded to another or get signed with another team. But that 49ers team, if they can stay healthy, and I know Mike Evans is making them more injury prone to the already injury prone roster they already have so far. If they can all stay healthy, that offense is going to look scary. With McAfee, and now you have a number one that you're going to probably lose, what's his name? Not Samuel.
I'm blanking on
who's the other receiver?
I forgot who it was, too. I don't know why it's not going
Arsenal?
No.
No.
Ayuk. Yeah,
Ayuk.
Ayuk. There you go.
They might lose Ayuk.
They said they was going to get released. I'm surprised he's not even on this trade board right now because they said they were releasing him. He was gone. He was supposed to be gone.
It's very... You have your number one receiver. You just need to give them more help.
Is Mike Evans still number one receiver?
I think so. He's shown consistency time and time again. Well, yeah, he's their number one. He's been consistent just as much as Devontae Adams has been consistent at their age.
I got to ask.
Because I think they're roughly the same age, no?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they got to be like a year maybe apart or something like that. But Mike Evans has been in question so far since before the free agency started. Is Mike Evans still a number one receiver? I was actually going to ask this week on the podcast, but
how many years did they give him to the Niners?
I think I don't know if it's a 1 year deal. I don't know if it's a 1 or 2 year deal.
No, it's 3 years.
3 years?
It's a 3-year contract for $60.4 million. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
That's a little much.
He's been consistently a 1,000-yard receiver, which he's been phenomenal with his consistency. Obviously, he was plagued with injury this year, and his numbers were caca.
Going to the right team for that.
I don't know if he was the guy though. Like, if he plays good, I mean, if he stays healthy, I could see him getting another 1,000-yard season. But like, is the production there for 3 years? Like, is he the guy? Like, is he gonna get the targets? Like, yeah, I know they ain't got much of a great wide receiver room. They can use him. Maybe he gets too many targets and gets hurt again. There's a lot of like ifs. There's ifs in everything. But I don't know. 3 years for $60 million.
Little much.
He's 32. I mean, he's been great. I would have probably tried to shy maybe towards like a 2-year deal, save them some money. Maybe they just couldn't work that out. Just because look, if he comes out next season and he could be dogging ass for the first few weeks and then gets hurt again. You know what I mean? Just that's any player, obviously.
Yeah.
His resume states he's still a top consistent 1,000-yard receiver. that will bring production to your team. It's just I don't know if that was the guy that they wanted. You know, did they want
The
someone?
money's a little bit too high for me.
I mean, the mic
Yeah,
For
you
my
know,
liking.
me. I don't
32
mind the
years
money.
old. Is that the guy that you wanted to go with? Like that's you're going to be your number one target on your team for 3 years. Like that's the direction
Yeah.
you wanted to pivot in towards for
That's where
60
I'm at.
million. Like I don't know.
I
Like
don't
I
mind
feel
it.
like you could have
I don't even mind the money.
you
I
could
feel
have
like
went somewhere else and spent less money.
I don't even mind the money. I feel like $20 million is fine, but it's the fact that it's 3 years that bothers me. 2 years, sure. 1 year, definitely I'll sign it, but like 3 years is a little much for his age. It's like that's
I think
a
they were
little
just
much
looking
me.
for the consistency in his numbers. Honestly, it's the only thing that makes sense in that.
I think the only thing
that
that's
signing
the only
is
consistent
the
thing there.
consistency in his numbers.
The only consistent thing I see out of those numbers right now is for me is that every year that he has that contract, he's consistently getting older, and that's the thing I think there's more consistency with Mike Evans here is that we don't know if he's going to be injury prone again this year. We don't know how it's going to work. Obviously, a lot of what ifs right now. This could be like the best snag they got, or this could be the worst thing ever. That
he could come out and have a 1,500-yard season.
We don't
and
know.
have 12 touchdowns.
It's really depending on what they have.
Or he could get hurt in the first few weeks. You know what I mean?
And,
it's just like
and seeing their track record,
does he still does he still have 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons in him? That's the question.
That's the hard part.
I don't think it's them. I don't think it's them wanting him to hit 1,000 yards the 3 years. I think it's anywhere from 700 to 1,000. They'll be comfortable with.
Not for your number one.
Because they just want production from a top guy that they don't have.
Yeah.
You know, and he's a guy teams have to scheme around, you know, just because of his name. He's a tall guy, you know, doubling him.
And you have guys like JSN, you have guys like Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams in your division.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
The 49ers don't have that kind of the 49ers don't have that name that pops at you right now. Because when you look at the 49ers, they only have what? DeMarcus Robinson, Crone, and Dole?
I thought they would have been someone
and
that
a couple of other guys.
I thought they would have gone Wandell. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm not shocked that he went to Tennessee.
They could have even tried for Pittman too. You know what I mean? Like
gone for a couple of
younger version, pretty much of him. You know, kind of like that build and that kind of play. You know, but I think they just were like, this is a safe pick. We know that this guy can play when he's healthy. He's been healthy most of his career for the most part. When he plays, he puts up numbers and he's productive. So I think that's why they gravitated towards him. Even though he's 32, they gave him a 3-year deal.
He had 11 straight seasons of getting 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
or more. So if you're looking at Mike Evans, he's 32, but if you can get him 1,000 yards or even 900 or somewhere in that ballpark, at least 700 plus, they got their guy that they need. They just need somebody that they can have around them that's a little bit faster, a little bit younger, that could fill that role and get mentored by him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think they could add a wide receiver in that offense as well. I think they could use one more, but
you need one more. You need one more to further help because Mike Evans, like Vic said, if he's going to get double covered, because teams are going to plan around Mike Evans because he's a name that brings that much value to a team. If you could get the help away from him, it will make his life so much easier, and he wouldn't be going into the season questioning if he's going to get injured again.
Yeah, agreed.
But I did not expect him to move away from the Bucs. I thought he was going to be a Buccaneer till he retired.
Yeah, I had that vibe too. I had the same vibe.
Yeah.
This was just out of left field for me.
Yeah. What's it called? We have 2 more things I want to talk about here. Try to get through them quickly as possible. The Tennessee Titans we just talked about them. We didn't go over too much, but we have a lot of stuff that happened with the Tennessee Titans here. Tennessee Titans are, well, like you said, Saleh, and I talked next week because I don't want to go over it right now, but they got a lot of guys here. They got Cordell Flott from the Giants, cornerback. They got him for 3 years. They got
we needed him.
Yep, they got Wan'Dale Robinson from the Giants again, another wide receiver. So they got a wide receiver in that room to help
Dayball's
out.
taking everybody.
Yeah, and then who else? They
signed 3 Giants players.
Yeah, and they got Alontae Taylor, who I think is actually really good as well. Another cornerback from the Saints. So they got him for another 3 years as well. And they got a defensive lineman here as well, John Franklin Myers, $63 million deal.
Ex-Jet as well.
Ex-Jet as well.
With Jermaine.
The Broncos.
They played together.
They have beefed up that defense. They got a good wide receiver for Cam Ward. This is crazy. How do we feel about
here's
this?
The conversation.
How do we feel about this? We're not going over draft. Draft conversation. That'll be next week.
Before we even get into that conversation, do you think Wan'Dale Robinson is a number 1 receiver?
No, he's not.
Like you've been saying with all these other guys.
No, he's not. He's not a number 1 receiver. He's a slot or he's a 2, which I think he fit fine over there for. That would be fine. They still need to get another wide receiver, but that's a good start. That's definitely a good start. That was one of the better wide receivers.
Become a number 1 if Cam, never know.
Well, see, I mean, he did have a 1,000-yard season. I don't know if it was this season or last season, but he had a 1,000-yard season.
No, I think it was this year.
Yeah, and it was with a
had to be with neighbors out.
Yeah, and it wasn't with a good Giants team. He had a 1,000-yard season. He could. I don't know if he's a number 1. I don't think he is, but like he's not what I envision as a number 1 receiver. I like him at the 2, like I said at the beginning of the year with the Giants. But definitely,
he's their best guy there right now.
He's the best guy there right now, so he has to be the number 1. So we'll see how he performs. That's number 1 basically without neighbors in week 3. From that point forward, he became the number 1, and he got 1,000 yards. So I mean, with Cam Ward, you have another now sophomore quarterback going into the year with another bad O-line. I mean, they have to fix that. That's clear as day. But I mean, they just beefed up the defense like crazy, make them somewhat competitive. That division. I think in that division in specific, they did really good at because I think that division got a whole lot weaker in the free agency so far. That division as a whole just got a lot weaker. So I think with that defense stacking up, with that, they won that division off the free agency, not actually won.
You think the Texans got weaker?
I think the Texans are weak already to me. They made the playoffs. They're gonna be wrong, but they're off their defense, and I think their defense is still going to do good. They got Blankenship, and that's fine, but I don't think they made any moves to me that screams, man.
They made more moves.
What are the moves they make that was like big money moves that make them better on offense, which is what they struggled at? Like, what other big moves did I see? I didn't really see much from them that made me like jump out of my seat. That was like, damn, C.J. Stroud's going to have a with this guy, or the line is going to hold up this year, or whatever the case is. I don't see a lot of things right now from them that make me think, damn, this team got a whole lot better. I think that, for the most part, every team got weaker. I mean, yeah, they got a little Blankenship, that's fine, but they already had a top-tier defense. He just adds to it. It's kind of like already having for me, it was just an unnecessary pick. But it is what it is. They wanted to sign him. They want to stack up the defense, but they needed offense to go with it. They should have been going after one of these wide receivers personally, but they didn't. But I don't know. But I have them. But I have them doing that. But that's where I'm at with it. I have. That's what I just got from me. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, no, the Titans did beef up that defense.
The defense and
I think everybody expected it. Everybody expected it because it's Saleh. Like, he's a strict defensive-minded head coach. You saw it with the Jets.
O-line too, actually, Titans. They grabbed two offensive linemen.
They got 2 offensive linemen as well. I didn't even see that they picked that up.
Yep.
Who else did they see? This is how much we're missing. So they got 2 offensive linemen.
Cordell Volson and Austin Schultman.
So they got 2 offensive linemen on top of this. That's crazy good.
They got a tight end, Daniel Bellinger, and they got a corner, Alontae Taylor. Daniel Bellinger, I'm just seeing tight end, and then
we signed Likely. The Giants got Likely, so.
But they also were getting.
I'm perfectly
they were getting Bellinger. I like Likely better anyway, but I didn't know they got Bellinger. That's huge. What? So they got 7 picks today?
They got 8. They did 8 picks today because they got a cornerback also.
Alontae Taylor. I said that one already. I said that guy already.
Yeah, they got 8 in total right now.
Who's the last guy that we didn't mention? Who's the other one?
Bellinger, cornerback Cordell Flott.
Got him.
They got Flott. They got Franklin Myers. They got Wando. They got Alontae Taylor. They got Mitchell Trubisky to a 2-year deal.
Oh, all right. That's probably why I didn't count.
2 offensive linemen.
I didn't care about the Trubisky. That's
Whatever,
probably why.
Still, the back.
Yeah, no, it is. It is a back. That's a great. The Titans just got like. Am I tripping? Did they not just get like moderately good?
You'll have to see because we all saw what kind of, and I hate to say this, we all saw the offense Dibble had with the Giants. Can he be creative with that with Cam Ward? That was another quarterback he was looking at.
I think so.
It's all what ifs. You're looking at the Titans and saying, "Oh, they got better." Yeah, but they still don't have a key number one receiver, which they're lacking. They have Wandell, who's a slot guy at best.
He could be a number 2 at best, is what I believe. But he got 1,000 yards without Neighbors there. He has no Neighbors on this team. They have no number 1 receiver. Why can't he get another 1,000-yard receiving game again? Now they just beat up the O-line. It's him with Cam Ward, who was a decent passer.
The O-line, but is the O-line still going to struggle like last year?
Well,
these are still questions
the Giants' offensive line was struggling this year too, and they still did good. He still got numbers with Jackson Dart.
Yeah, but that's because Jackson Dart ran the ball.
That's nothing to do with Wandell, though. Wandell got 1,000 yards, is what I'm saying. Wandell,
yes, 1,000 yards. I'm saying Cam Ward was the most sacked quarterback. Is that still going to carry over into this year? You don't know. These are still questions. You can look at these moves and say, yeah, we know the Tennessee defense is going to be great because you know the kind of coach that, you know the kind of defensive-minded coach Saleh is. But is that offense still going to struggle?
Yeah,
that's the key takeaway.
They're probably going to still struggle. The question was, were they going to struggle? Is saying, did they not just get moderately good? Did they not just get better as a team just now? Like, did they not just improve? Like, they just went from bottom of the barrel.
They improved.
They went from bottom of the barrel to me, and they went to middle of the pack of the AFC to me immediately. Is what I'm taking it as. Maybe not.
They're not middle of the pack for the AFC.
For me, I could put them right now above them. I'm taking them at the moment with what they got. I'll even make a bold statement saying that they're better than the Jaguars right now. I think right now with who they just picked up, with all those guys they just picked up, I think the Jaguars right now.
I think the Jaguars defense is still better.
Maybe we'll
find
see.
Out.
Well, I guess we'll find out. But that's the same. But I'm just saying, like, I think they absolutely got better this team. Anyway, though, last topic, real quick.
They got better, but I don't think it's middle of the pack team.
Last topic, we'll talk about this real quick. We'll talk about that next week. But real quick, Giants getting Isaiah Likely, Tremaine Edwards. Obviously, they wanted to get Lindstrom. They didn't get the center there from him. They picked up a puncher, which I'm not even addressing. But they picked up they get a punter though, which is good. But yeah, they picked up Isaiah Likely. They picked up Tremaine Edwards. How do we feel about the Giants' picks? How do we feel about Schoen and his free agency?
Edmonds or Edwards?
Is it Edwards? I think it's Edmonds. Edmonds, I think. If I said it wrong before, I you know me. But
Chicago linebacker, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Chicago released him, and not even within like the half hour, he was signed to the Giants.
Yeah. So they got him, and they got Isaiah Likely, which I think is good. I think, for me personally, I think they needed a tight end over there. Because Bellinger, I thought, was all right, but I don't feel like he was the number one. Theo Johnson, I don't care what Giants fans say, he was definitely not the number one. I like Isaiah Likely here. And then Tremaine Edwards, I think, is a good pick. So I'm happy with both of those. Edmonds. No. Edmonds. My God. Whatever.
If Isaiah Likely can keep his feet in bounds, that didn't cost... Because didn't he also cost the Ravens a touchdown?
That was Mark Andrews, and he did it twice in one season. He did it in the game one against the I forgot whatever team it was.
Wait, didn't Likely do it against the Bills? I'm pretty sure.
No, it was Mark Andrews twice. Mark Andrews twice in the playoffs.
Oh, he did it in the regular season.
Bro, all I know is you guys did a hell of a job getting Tremaine Edmonds. Like,
yes.
you're getting a coverage linebacker, right? 14 interceptions and 7
seasons. You're getting a
top-tier linebacker, coverage linebacker at that, which you guys heavily
desperately needed.
Season. So, I mean, even if you guys didn't even get Sonny, like this guy fills the whole middle up by himself. Like, he can clearly do it. The extra help is only extra support. And then you guys got a tight end, extra weapon for Dart, which is always essential in the NFL now. You need a tight end. It's like your fail safe when no one's around. And he played with Harbaugh. He wanted to go there, right? So there's definitely a connection there. Those are two awesome picks, but Tremaine Edmonds is a huge upgrade, biggest upgrade you guys could do and
Yeah.
put on that defense was putting him in the middle.
He's amazing there, and I'm so happy for it. Like personally, as the Giants fan, I'm ecstatic about it. I've seen Giants fans complaining, saying that the Giants didn't do
I'm
enough.
jealous, actually.
The Giants didn't do enough for this free agency so far. They're saying that they didn't do enough, and for me, I'm
Still
like,
time to go.
I know, but like the day one is where all the big guys go, and that's the thing, and that's where I think a lot of these fans are.
One isn't necessarily where all the big guys go. It's just the sheer coincidence of this year that the big guys
this is
went
how it typically any
within the first
sport,
12 hours.
any sport, you're going to see a lot of big signings in the first day to 2 days max. It's like there's a lot of big guys go.
Okay, then you haven't watched baseball because
Oh my
come
god!
free agency in
No one
baseball-
watches baseball. No, I'm joking. I'm starting to watch baseball.
when you watch Soto lasted until nearly the start of the season before he
That's because of contract
decided
talks,
to
so-
sign with the Giants.
because-
oh no,
because
well,
because
the
they have
Yankees,
to
they
decide-
traded him.
Because basically any small market team that wants him has to go, hey, listen, I'm you, the king of my city. You can run the entire thing if you just sign with us. And then the Yankees can go, hey, listen, we'll throw as much money as possible at you and go, hey, we're getting it. But I mean, for sports like football and what's it called, for hockey and whatnot, like the first 48 hours is crucial to free agency. Like they go like hotcakes. There's just so many people that you need to replace and whatever. There's a lot more people on the team, or there's a lot of places that just need to be replaced and whatnot because there's a salary cap, unfortunately. So you need to get rid of guys. Baseball, you can just retain everyone for 13 years at a time. Soto's getting 15-year deals for $460 million and then checking out when it matters most. It doesn't matter, so no one cares. But football, you can't do that. Like, listen, I have a quarterback. I'll sell you my left nut if you please sign with me for longer than 3 years, and please don't take my entire bank account so I can sign other people. That's the difference between baseball and other sports. Is teams just locking down?
I do think that there's still some big names that are on the board that the Giants can go after.
Yeah, there's still names, but like the big guys that everyone was expecting or looking for are gone. Linderbaum's gone. A lot of the big offensive linemen are gone. Like that could really make an impact, like an impactive thing that they're gone. But yeah, there's still a lot of moves they could be making. But we are at the 1:30 mark. We've done pretty good today. We still have so much we could have talked about. There's a lot more. There's definitely topics I'm already thinking about for next week, already off the top of my head. So I mean, we're gonna have an interesting podcast next week because I've already got plenty of ideas. So I guess we have a lightning round real quick. We're gonna do a quick one this time. This one's gonna be a very hard one. Okay, I want you guys to really think about this one and give your honest answer. If you were a viewer of this podcast, should you press the subscribe button?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. See, we're all in agreement. If you like the podcast, please don't forget to subscribe and share with all your friends. We appreciate you guys for joining us on episode 24 of the BSBN Podcast. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great night. We'll see you guys next week with another edition of the BSBN Podcast. Have a good night, guys.
Peace out.
Peace.